Simple, easy, delicious rice bowl. Piccole arancine. Guardate un poco. Oh, they're so hot. Hello everybody, this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my channel. Take a look at the table. We are making arancine, small rice bowl, but with no meat filling. These are only cheese, excellent for vegetarians, simple ingredients you probably have at home. Let's get started with the ingredients. Okay, so we have Arborio rice. We're going to be adding, the cheeses are going to be Pecorino Romano and the mozzarella, because I like la sorpresa al centro che fila. I like that little surprise of the mozzarella inside. We have butter, eggs, a lot of pepper. I already cracked it because otherwise I'll have you on too long. Fresh parsley and breadcrumbs. Now, the breadcrumbs, do not buy your breadcrumbs. Collect your stale bread and make it. I did it a couple of videos ago, so go check that video out. Now, first thing we're going to do, I have the water boiling, and we're going to go ahead and add the rice. One ingredient that's not on this table is salt, because the pecorino tends to be salty, the mozzarella too, so you need to be careful. Otherwise, if you also add salt, it's going to be too salty. Water is boiling. Let's add the rice in. Give it a stir, and what you're going to do, the minute it goes back to a boil, place the lid on it, lower it, and let it cook. Okay, the rice is cooking nicely. What we're going to do is add the butter right in, and also, you know what else I'm gonna add that's gonna give it a little flavor and some nice color? I'm gonna add a few threads of saffron. I am going to help myself to a ladle of rice, the rice water, and I'm going to cream the Pecorino Romano. I'm gonna go ahead and just cream the Pecorino Romano. Look at that, smooth and creamy. So you just gotta play with the balance of the water and the cheese. 15 minutes, the rice looks perfect. Okay, let's shut it off. All the liquid, all the water has evaporated. The rice is nicely cooked, did not stick to the bottom, so that's a plus. Let's continue on. I'm gonna move it to the mixing bowl. It's gotta cool completely before we proceed. Okay, so completely cool rice. Let's add the cheese. See, it's nice and creamy, the right in. And then we have the parsley, it's finely chopped. The black pepper. And guess what? I made homemade ricotta cheese. I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons in. It really is optional, but if you have some ricotta, throw it in, why not? Okay, now let's get this all mixed together. Guess what? So much easier with my hands, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to be making the rice bowls with my hands, so might as well get my hands in there. Make sure your rings and bracelets are off. Nothing more upsetting to me than when people mix food with the rings on. Gonna taste it. Perfect. Okay, no salt at all, because the pecorino is so salty that you definitely do not need to add any salt. If you're using Parmigiano Reggiano, it's a milder cheese. Just taste it. There's nothing raw. Everything is cooked. So it's okay to go ahead and taste it. Egg whisk and your breadcrumb out. And that's going to be, now we're going to roll them, put the mozzarella, and then we're going to give them an egg bath, and then a breadcrumb bath, and then into the hot oil. An ice cream scooper, what that does is it keeps them pretty much the same size. Okay, so just roll it out and place them on a cookie sheet or directly on the table. See, try to get the bowls pretty much the same size. One of the secrets to the rice bowl is make sure that your hand is wet so the rice doesn't stick. Okay, the wet hand gives it a very smooth make a dent with your finger like this. Add the piece of mozzarella, close it up again. If you need to wet your hand again, go ahead. And there you have your perfect little rice bowl. Then what we're going to do is we're going to roll it in the egg wash. Okay, make sure it's coated evenly. Then on to the breadcrumbs. Okay, give it another good turn. Ecco a voi, the perfect little rice bowl. Now, this is great to do with 2 people because once you get your fingers in the egg and into the breadcrumbs, it's a mess. So if you got anybody that's gonna eat them, get them down, let them help you. I'll meet you back in a little bit after we're done rolling. Okay, the tedious part is done, not the fun part. I have a frying. I dedicated a pot that's not so very high. It's like a saute pan, but a little bit smaller. It's about 10 across and 2.5 inches high. I like it because it doesn't take a lot of oil, but it's deep enough for things like rice bowls to get deep fried. So now I'm going to go over to the stove. Friendo mangiando, which means frying and eating. All fried foods needs to be eaten immediately. Oppure we also say, sto friendo e guardando la yatta. I'm frying and watching the cat. Because when the older women would fry the fish, the cat would always stand by to see if anything dropped. Anyway, enough with the talking. Let's get them fried. In case you're not frying them the same day, just add all the extra breadcrumbs you have left over on the cookie sheet and just place them in your refrigerator. Oil on 350, so I'm gonna add a little bit of the breadcrumbs. Yes, it's frying, so it's ready. Gently just place them right in. Or the other thing you could do is just right here and just gently place them in. Don't add a lot, just give it space so the oil temperature doesn't drop because it needs to be hot enough where it starts creating the crust and they don't open up. Take a look how beautiful they look. They totally submerged into the oil. First batch is beautifully fried. Now, I want to show you something. No paper towel. I have a baking rack with the sheet underneath it. It's the best way to put your fried foods. The oil drips, you don't waste any paper. The best way to go. Here we have it. We made about 40 of them. There's not 40 to plate. Anyway, make them. Delicious recipe, simple recipe, a crowd pleaser. When they invite you somewhere, don't bring flowers, bring food. Everybody wants food. Everybody appreciates food. Anyway, grazie, alla prossima, arrivederci. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. And also I want to send a big tight hug to Katia up in Canada. Katia, thank you for watching me. I love you very much. And thank you to your mommy and to your nonna Elena and mamma Cristina. Un bacio grande per te. Ciao Katia.